I'm not a praying man. Never trust a hand you haven't shook yourself, I always say. But I hear things. So I figure, what's the harm in talking to the big man myself? I want to make a deal. I'm getting tired. I want out of this racket. Men smarter and healthier than me, all dead around my feet. I think, why not me? I'm not a good man. I've done things that men have paid a lot of money for. Things I'm not proud of. But things that need doing just the same. So, what say we come to an agreement? I pull up stakes, leave this gun behind me, and you need never hear my name again until that trumpet calls me home. In exchange, you agree to look the other way on a couple of things. So, I tell you something bad I've done, and you start letting me off that big mystical hook you've got all mankind on. Right? So, worst thing I've ever done, I think, was killing that marshal and his family back near Bannock. Times was lean. The law seemed to have hired up a clutch of steadfast Southern boys. You know the breed. And gangs was being brought in left and right. One man in particular seemed to have it out for my crew. We'd pull a job, he'd always be half step behind us. Getting too close for comfort. So I found out where he had his ranch. I took a couple of pals along on a trip. We thought we'd make ourselves at home until he returned. But his wife proved to be a bit feistier than we had anticipated. Especially once we found the kids. Ted hit the older one with the butt of his revolver for talking sass. She got a hold of him and took out an eye before we knew what had happened. Well, any control I had over the boys after that went the way of the buffalo. They left her intact, for the most part. Just a couple of missing pieces. After that, she changed. I saw it happen. Like I was watching hate take her over from the inside out. Somebody tied her up and cut her throat in the night. Despite all that blood, she was still alive. And at that point, her hair had turned bone white. And her eyes were red, like a hot brand. And her voice, she's trying to cuss at us. It sounded like a bar stool being dragged across floorboards, or like a knife hitting bone when you dress out a deer. Well, we shot Jesse Jean as he walked in the door, set fire to the house, rode off. Haven't had a bit of trouble since. That's my part of the deal. What do you got for me?
said we weren't going to shoot nobody, Carp. I told you I didn't want to work with this muskrat fart again, and now look what he's gone and done.
What happened to you fellas?
I told you 100 times he drew on me. I didn't want him to get shot. You've done the same thing in my boots. Caught me off guard.
Scared you more like.
You watch your mouth, you broke dick toad.
All right.
I could understand the two guards, but the train man weren't even armed. Did something happen?
You can't have someone like that around, Carp. You can't work with a man who won't follow a plan. I think you got the wrong pig by the tail in hiring this gump.
Now, you heard me. I said you'd done the same thing if you was first in that car, any one of y'all. I thank you kindly if you get your spurs out of my side.
All right. Rein it in.
How come Mr. Harding's got blood on his boots? Oh, our friend Little Dick here got a bit excited and shot 3 men dead tonight.
Nah, I told you not to call me that. I told you to call me Richard, you shit-sucking, corn-pone son of a bitch.
And I thought I heard somebody tell you not to shoot no one.
All right! I'm tired of not getting the respect I deserve from y'all.
I don't think you did anything wrong, Mr. Harding. Sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do.
That's enough out of all of you about it. What's done is done, and we ain't changing it. Dick had a bit of a blow-up, but it's over now. And that's the last we're going to talk about it tonight.
Suit yourself, Carp. You might want to pay a bit more attention to the men you hire. You never can be too sure who you can trust.
I said, that's the last we're going to talk about it tonight. There's a storm rolling. Better see to settling down. Luke, Dick, sort us up a fire and see what we got left for grub. Ollie, see what we ended up with from the train.
And me?
You find a way to keep your hands off Dick. He'll calm down if you let him. Dick, find anything other than those Mexican strawberries? Downright sick of beans.
Hunk of salt pork. Not much.
That's fine. Get in the pot. Dude, how's that fire coming?
Oh, well, this kindling is all right, but the rest is green wood, Mr. Bothwell. Gonna be a devil of a time keeping her going.
Well, I'll tell you what, Luke. You find a way to keep her going all night, and I'll make sure you get first pick of what's left for breakfast.
Sure thing, Mr. Bothwell.
There's damn near 25,000 in here, Carp.
25. That's our retirement, Ollie. Anybody asked? You tell them we got 5,000 in the lot. Dick can't count. Well, we bet the boy can't either. Jordan, I'm not so sure about. But what he don't know won't hurt him. Are you with me?
You know you can count on me to ride the river with you, Carp. Old rats, you and me.
Good man. Tell you what, Ollie. As long as we're waiting on the grub, why don't you tell the kids a story? I'm sure you got a nice rotten chestnut rolling around that old noggin.
Oh, gee, Mr. Garrett.
I suppose I could. Oh, why not? The Legend of Jessie Jean. Once upon a time, there was a bounty hunter by the name of Jessie Jean. He was good, damn good. A menace to outlaws from California to the Mississippi. But he made himself too many enemies and got himself shot to death. He had spent his life bringing in bad men off the plains, protecting the weak and less fortunate, living a clean, upstanding life, which had earned him a considerable measure of renown in heaven. He walked right through those pearly gates and got a special appointment with the big man himself. God raised him up, fixed his wounds, gave him his wings, said, "Welcome to my kingdom. You are a true servant in my eyes. Any reward is within your grasp. You need only ask for it." Well, Jessie thought about this a minute, and asked to be sent back down to earth. Didn't feel he had finished his works. God said, "You passed the test, earned your peace. Why would you want to leave the heavenly host?" But Jessie made up his mind and commenced arguing his case against the will of the Lord God. Never was one to take no for an answer. He finally lost his temper and decided to find his own way back down. Well, God didn't like that one bit and sent him back down himself, all the way to hell. The devil recognized Jessie, naturally, and thanked him for his business over the years. But he consulted his scroll of the damned and saw that Jessie didn't belong. "Send me back," said Jessie. The devil assured him he couldn't and wouldn't, his soul being a rare jewel that belonged in his collection. So Jessie snapped off one of the great horns from the devil's own skull, stabbed him in the heart with it, and took his scroll. The devil bleeds crude oil, and Jessie rode a geyser of it all the way back to earth, clutching the horn that sprang the flood. Legend has it, when he reached the surface, he fashioned the horn into a pair of ivory grips for his revolver, and even now haunts cursed souls all across the West. Few have ever seen his face and lived to tell the tale, but everybody knows, if your name is on Jessie's list, you haven't got a prayer in heaven or hell.
Well, that's a fine story, Mr. Garrett. I think I know a song along those lines.
Where'd you hear that story?
Same way I hear the others. Mixing in saloons, meeting men out on the trail, swapping a tale to get through the night, same as we're doing here.
I know a story about Jessie Jean. Hell, I seen it.
Now, what makes you think that, Dick?
You gonna let me tell it?
Tell your story.
Big Don John had a foot long stone and he knew how to use it.
I don't want to hear about another man's doodle week, damn it. Tell your story or shut your trap.
Let me, I would.
Tell your story, Dick.
It's part of the story anyway. I knew a fellow with a huge pecker. It's why Jessie chased him down. He was jealous. Hell, from what I hear, Jessie Jean ain't even a man at all.
What makes you say that?
Heard it from a barkeep friend of mine a few years back. Heard it from a hooer he had in El Paso. Said her son knew a rancher saw Jessie take a knee between the legs and barely even flinch. Hell, he's one of them eunuchs, ain't he? Well, now you gonna let me tell the damn story?
Tell the story.
Stopped at an inn just outside of Ruby, Arizona. I was unloading a few stolen horses to a buyer. I was real eager to get drinking me and saw a couple of hombres of mine at the other end of the bar from a few years back. Before I could cross the room to him, some cur kicks his way in the saloon doors and starts throwing punches. Sparks off a general throwdown. God in heaven, I ain't never seen a fighter like that. He was like a mountain lion protecting her cubs. He's cutting a path right through the crowd to my old pal Don John, the one with the, you know. As soon as he gets to him, he throws the man bodily right out through the window. And I had to God, it was as if the man weighed nothing at all. The fighting stopped right about then. Nobody could see the figure where the man who started it gone. Well, that was Jessie Jean. Got the whole place in an uproar and disappeared quiet as a mouse. Nobody knew where he'd gone to, except me. See, I snuck out the back of the bar with the hopes to catch myself a new horse from the nearby stables. But right about then, a train was rolling through town and I saw two men standing by the tracks. Well, it was Don John. As I watched, the other one had him pull down his trousers, get on his knees at gunpoint, and...
Horseshit!
I said it was true, and it was true.
How long ago was that?
maybe 8 months.
What happened to your friend, Mr. Harding? Did Jessie push him in front of the train?
In Ruby, Arizona. You got it.
I know a story about Jessie Jean.
Like hell you do, boy.
How in God's creation could a greenhorn, mail-order cowboy like you know a tale about Jessie Jean?
It's not a tale. It's a song, really.
You're a singer.
Well, that's why I left home. Mama's sick. I went to find the biggest city I could and get real well known as a singer so I could get money sent back to her for a doctor. And she's got consumption real bad, so she told me to go out and make something of myself and send her what I could.
How long ago was that?
2 years?
When's the last time you heard from her?
Last spring.
And you know a song about Jessie Jean.
Honest, I do.
Sing it.
Once upon a time when the West was young, I had me a family with a daughter and a son. But a bad, bad
is me. Sure about that? You take that money, you run all the way home, Luke. You never let me see you again, you hear me?
He knows your face. He'll tell everyone he meets.
No, you won't. Will you, Luke? You go home to your mama. Every time you think of my face, you remember how much you love her. Understand? You're nothing. You know who I am?
I killed you. You and your whole family.
So it is you. Henry Bothwell. Son of a carpenter. Son of a bitch. Unflappable outlaw fixer of the Southwest. I'll let you in on a secret, Henry. You didn't kill me. You killed my husband.